there, how it's bubbling. That's the yeast eating the sugar and turning it into alcohol. It all begins with fermenting. I make sugar shine that's similar to a vodka. I ferment sugar and water. I make several different types of whiskeys that I do mash grain and use grain in the ferments. And then I pump the mash into the still and do what we call a strip run. I distill it one time, get most of the alcohol out of it, but then I take all of that and put it back in the still and re-distill it a second time. And then I don't have to run it near as hot, control my temperatures and everything, and get a real good clean product. And that's how I do everything. All my rums, my whiskeys, my sugar shine, and then everything is filtered through an activated carbon filter to take out any bitter taste or any oils that are left behind. And then I do age some of my products. I don't have barrels. I put the wood in the whiskey. One day I'll have enough room for barrels to be able to do that. Yeah, I was interested in it when I was about 20 years old. That was a long time ago. And but back then you couldn't find anything out about it. And everybody said, you don't want to do that, you'll end up in jail. And then life happened, and over 30 years it was until I finally was able to do it. And today it's a lot easier, and you can find a lot of things out about it because of social media. Back then, you couldn't even find any books in the library about it or anything. But yeah, that's about 8 years ago I got started just playing around, distilling moonshine in my garage on a Sunday. And started monkeying around, mixing some flavors up and everything, and had people wanting to buy it from me, which definitely was illegal. And then we decided we were going to make it legal if we could, and make a few extra dollars on the weekend. And within 1 year's time it turned into a full-time business. And now that's all we do. And I do not buy any alcohol. I ferment and manufacture all my own. I don't use any NGS like a lot of other companies do, because I take pride in making my own product, and I want to sell my customer a good product that they want. And in the year of 2022, which was our last full year, we sold over 16,000 bottles of flavored moonshine, rums, whiskeys. Plus we probably sold about 4,000 canned cocktails. We make 7.5% cocktails in a can, uncarbonated. Right now at this time we have 10 different flavors. And in 2022, when we came out with them somewhere in May or June, we started making them. And by the end of the year we sold over 4,000 cans. 50 proof. And then it gets these cuts of water. I'll get another one yet this afternoon. Okay. Then that gets me close to the proof I have to be. Then I have my recipe, I put all my flavoring in, and I usually, the first time I proof it, I'm within a half a proof. Okay. And then a little bit of tweaking, and I can get it. Like this one right here right now is birch beer. This is all but ready to bottle. Smell it? That's the birch beer. That is flavored. And then when I flavor them, I aerate them. I run it about a half hour, and it sits an hour, runs a half hour. I do that about 5-6 times.
I like a minty smell to
it. Yeah, birch beer is kind of a Pennsylvania thing. Okay. You know, the old coal miners that didn't drink beer came up with that. It's actually made from the bark of the roots of a birch tree. And they used to cook it to get the flavor out of it, and then distill it to make it stronger. And then they use that to flavor, and they put carbonated water in it.
But we just were awarded. Okay, our limoncello at 60 proof, we do hand zest all the lemons in this one. There is 6 cases for every batch that we do. My youngest daughter hand zests those, and we make our limoncello. You always see the lemon zest right on the top of the bottle. Also, our apple pie moonshine, we are the only ones we make it right from fresh cider. We don't use frozen. That is why it is seasonal. We can't get fresh cider through spring and summer, so we only bring that out in the fall, and it runs through to the end of March or till it's fall. So my husband, he won't use anything frozen, but I said we do get our fresh cider local here, about 4 miles down the road. Also, all of our corn moonshines, we buy all our corn local. The day he makes the mash, he hand grinds all that corn. And I don't know if you took notice over there, he has an old corn squeeze where he squeezes everything out by hand. Same thing with our grains, our malted whiskeys. All those grains are ground here the day that we make mash. We do not buy any outside alcohol and bring it in and distill it. Everything we do is right from scratch. We make every mash fresh, and I said it sets us apart. So we don't do gin, vodka, bourbon. We do flavored moonshines. We specialize in rums and our whiskeys. All of our rums we do make with blackstrap molasses and brown sugar also. So it sets us a little bit different. It sets us apart. And my youngest daughter, she does all my labels. She hand designs every label that we have, which makes each product unique as the label. They have their brand, and that's what it is. And then down here, it's just a flavor. I didn't want that with ours. I wanted every label as unique as the product that's in it. You know, when you look at that label, you know what's in there. You know, you don't have to say, oh, you know, all the labels are kind of the same. And I don't want that with anything. Just like our canned cocktails, when she did those, we decided we were going to do these non-carbonated. I'm not a fan of carbonated beverages, and I know that people love these. We released these the 4th of July, and from the 4th of July to the end of August, we sold over 5,000 cans. So these have become a very popular thing. They are ready to drink, 7.5% alcohol. All you do is chill them, shake them, and drink them. Everyone likes them because they are not carbonated. So we take our
I'll probably run these all through
cotton
later
candy rum,
because I have
a little bit of Caribbean sunset.
I'm like 4 at home.
We call this a swamp ass, and you'll see why. Because as soon as I add this, it turns to like a swamp water color. But it is really good. See the color? It turns almost clear. And it's like dirty. It looks like dirty water, but it's not. Yes. So we call that our swamp ass. That's one of our cocktails that has really become some favorites.
That's good.
It's different. I said it's almost like a Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yes, it's almost like a Kool-Aid.